Guys, out here hiking, and I was just thinking about this news article that came out recently. I'm not sure if you saw it or not, where Dr. Oz and Barbara Corcoran investigate affiliate marketers and they investigate some scammy affiliate marketers that were using their names and images illegally. And I know there's a lot of affiliates doing that, and I was just thinking about that, and I wanted to go over, and I want to let you guys know if you're I call them copy paste criminals, and I think it's a very short-sighted way. I know a lot of affiliate marketers use other people's images illegally, and I wanted to also, I first wanted to address that and let you guys know, look, you don't need to do that. But I also wanted to address how you can do advertising compliantly. Three important things to do advertising that, or marketing that is very effective, yet doesn't step on anybody's toes and is done compliantly. By the way, if you guys can see me, I'm on one of my favorite hiking trails. See, we are beautiful setting. I love this place. We're in Sullivan Canyon right now in Los Angeles, and absolutely, I'm going for a run right now, actually. So I go for runs, and I think, I get running is like a form of meditation for me. I get all of my ideas and I get all of my thoughts out when I'm running, and then I go back to my desk and I implement them. And it's been, that's been the most effective kind of workflow for me. Now, but what do I mean when I say these guys are copy paste criminals, I want to be aware, I know a lot of you watching my channel, you watch a lot of other people that talk about how to be an effective marketer, how to make money online. And I wanted to address these people. There are a lot of other people that talk about marketing like me that advocate that a really fast way to make money is just illegally using other people's images, or illegally doing, basically a lot of people sell educational courses based on that you can just copy and paste something and it works. And I know there are people out there that sell education that actually goes against many countries' laws. And it's becoming more commonplace. And I see this with some international people internationally, international marketers and, just random, Eastern European countries and, Israel and what have you, that talk about basically ways to try to trick Google, Facebook, or YouTube and make money off of those uncompliant, illegal tactics and tricks. And that's not a way to make money. That's a way to become a criminal. And I think a lot of people are so desperate to have their own side hustle, to have their own supplementary income, to get out of their job, that some people I know, end up doing illegal things to make money. And I just wanted to let everybody know that's not good. And if you're doing something that is illegal or that goes against laws, then you're not in the right business and you're not using your head. And, especially if you're American, especially if you're basically, we're meant to use our brains. We're meant to use our brains. So if you're copying and pasting, countries like China, countries like Japan, countries like Korea, made a lot of money by just copying exactly what America does and doing it cheaper. Okay? So there's a lot, people like China have done it, copy-pasted America and tried to do it cheaper and better. And the problem is, though, at what cost, you have to ask. Nobody wants to live in China anymore. The air is actually unbreathable in the entire northern half of China. The air is unbreathable in the northern half of China. For, I think, 500 million people are not allowed. You can't go outside without a face mask because the air has gotten so bad. And that's because China has just been on a rampage to do what America does, but do it cheaper and without thinking. The Chinese, they're making things more efficient or more effective or less costly money-wise, but they're sabotaging their people. They're sabotaging and sacrificing their air. They're sacrificing their quality of life. They're sacrificing everything in their quest for money. And guess what? Nobody wants to live in China anymore. All of the rich Chinese move over to places like Los Angeles and Vancouver and Seattle and San Francisco. The rich Chinese don't want to live in China. They send all of their kids to school out here because they've sacrificed their country in their quest for profits. And if you are on my channel and you are listening to some of these marketers in Eastern Europe or Israel that are talking about ways to basically trick the system, they're selling illegal types of education, then you need to take a serious look. First of all, I would say unsubscribe from my channel, my YouTube channel. And second off, take a hard look at yourself and ask what you're sacrificing by being a criminal and doing criminal marketing tactics and potentially being put in jail. Or what are you sacrificing by doing these short-sighted things? So I'm going to talk about 3 things that you can do to not be a short-sighted marketer. If you're one of these marketers that is doing short-sighted ways to make money, here are a couple things that if you want to actually do things the legitimate way, this is what you can do. Besides obviously just not using people's images or names or likenesses illegally. One, and this sounds very basic, but hold on with me because it all ties in. The number one is set a goal. How much money do you want to make? How much, what's your time frame? And in a year, 2 years, what is your, 5 years, whatever that is, what is your goal? You want to have, you want to have a $500,000 house, you want to have $100,000 in the bank, and you want to have a $10,000 a month income or something like that. That sounds like a good goal, right? It's a reasonable goal if you're out here in America at least, or Europe, or some places that have kind of normal incomes. The second one would be figure out. Hold on, what was? I had the second one down. Jeez, I've been running hard. The second one is basically not figure out what it takes to get to that goal, but is build a skill. Really focus on building a skill. A lot of the people that I see that are, doing, and I've been around a lot of marketers that have done illegal things, and the biggest thing that I saw that was sad is none of them really focused on building skills. They just tried to find, illegal tricks and more illegal tricks and more illegal tricks, and it's really sad because I don't think they were dumb people, but they got caught up in a cycle where they were rewarded for doing illegal tricks. And I think that's kind of sad because their brain was tricked, their pleasure centers, their dopamine was tricked that, doing bad things means money. And I think that's really sad because, you know, they're not stupid, but they're acting like idiots, you know, and you have to use your brain. You can make a ton of money using your brain. All the richest people use their brain, and you need to build a skill. If you don't have a skill, you don't have value to offer the world, and you know you have a skill when people ask you to help them out with things. You know, oh, hey, can you build this website? Or hey, can you fix this computer? Or oh, hey, could you, you know, edit this photo? Or you know, can you write a post for me? Or can you write a paper for me? Whatever. If you're good at, you know, writing or photo editing or setting up a website or motivating people or, you know, shooting videos about things or video editing or something, you know, have a skill. Skills are so important, and I think a lot of people don't put very much value into skills anymore, and they're just looking for ways to make money, you know, ways to find a money-making system. You know, I do A, and then I plug it in with B, and then money comes out the other side, you know, or then I add in, you know, or I take an Amazon product and I put it on I plug it into this software and it spits it out to Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube, and profits instantly appear. You know, that's not building a skill. That's trying to find a trick, and it's not going to work out long term. You want to build a skill. And then obviously the third thing is you got to monetize that skill. You got to make money from that, and the way you do that is find something you're passionate about. Find a business that you can be passionate about at your target. And what I mean passionate about at your target income is, if your goal is to make $500,000, you know, $500,000 house and $100,000 a year, you have to be confident enough to be able to sell, you know, let's say sell enough products to make you that $100,000 per month, or I mean per year, whatever that is. And the reason I say that is I think it's important to be passionate about what you do, but it's not the only thing. I think a lot of people put way too much emphasis on do what you love. Well, if you love knitting, that's not a business. You're not going to make any money doing that. You want to do something where you make money, and maybe it's a knitting website, or maybe it's a knitting community or something like that. But there's not a lot of, you know, you could sell knitting supplies online, and that's better. But maybe you're not passionate about selling knitting supplies online. You know, maybe you're passionate about, you know, spending time with your dog and your family, but that's not going to make you any money. So, you know, passion is important, but I think it's most important to say you don't have to do the thing you're most passionate about, just something that, let's say it's selling, you know, let's say you're selling, I don't know, you're selling, you know, auto insurance. If you can be excited enough about that to sell $100,000 worth of auto insurance a year, that's fine. It just needs to be, but maybe if you were selling millions of dollars worth, you would get a little weirded out and you're like, I don't want to be that big of an auto insurance salesperson. But it all starts with what your goal is, and make it reasonable. Don't tell me if you're only making $5,000 a month, don't say you want to make $100,000 a month. That's stupid. You're not, if you really wanted to make $100,000 a month, you would have already been a lot closer to that. It's not what you care to make. If you've been making $5,000 a month, it means there's a level of comfortability you have there, and there's a reason why you're not closer to $100,000 a year. People who want to make $100,000 a month, I'll give you some quick insight. None of them work jobs. None of them work jobs, because you can't make $100,000 a month working a job. So if that's what somebody really wants to make, you're not working a job. You're doing something else. So that's good. Actually, another video I'll do. But ultimately, I hope so. Do something you're sort of passionate about, and that you can stand doing. You know, stand marketing. But always play by the rules, guys. Don't listen to the marketers that are, from, I've seen, as I said, I'm seeing all these marketers from foreign countries that are advocating illegal stuff now, and it's sad. It's sad. And, it's ruining a generation of people. And, don't be criminals, use your brain. There's so much cool, exciting shit you can do if you use your brain and you're fully activated and you love life and you love helping people and you add value to the world. So hope this has resonated with some people. Many of you might have no idea what I'm talking about, but yeah, I'll see you in. Thanks for watching. If you guys are members of my training program, say hey, what up? If you guys aren't, you can find more information, I'm sure, in the link description box about how to join. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.